It's that time, weather for Weather Geeks time on this Tuesday evening. Hope you've had a good day so far. So far today has been a muggy day. We've had dew points up in the 60s, and it's been kind of unsettled at times as well. We started with fog, we've had a shower occasionally, and yes, we've even had some thunderstorms to contend with during the course of early this evening in the southern part of our viewing area. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the current radar because, as I like to say here, a lot of you will be watching this video well after it's recorded, so this information a little outdated. But at 7:30 this evening, as I recorded this video, here was the radar in southern and central Columbiana County. Pretty healthy thunderstorm. This is part of a cluster that actually produced a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings and actually initially a tornado warning with this cell when it was out in west central and north central parts of Ohio. Haven't seen any confirmed reports of a tornado. It looked like a pretty weak circulation to me. But nonetheless, no watches or warnings are out at this hour, and I haven't seen a whole lot of hail reported over the last, or at least detected by the radar over the last hour or so. A little hint of blue down there in Carroll County, might be a touch of small hail, pea-sized hail maybe with that. Let me switch to the Pittsburgh radar, see if that shows any more. Not really. So not looking at much hail left with these storms. Some thunder and lightning though around Lisbon, heading over towards Elkton, West Point. Most of this is south of East Palestine and getting wet in the East Liverpool area at 7:30 this evening. So take a look at the broader view of things here. All of this activity lining up around a front. It's pretty easy to pick out where the front is this evening by taking a look at the temperatures. It's kind of a sandwich of cool here. You have warm weather up across the far northern tier of states. Then you have this cool and cloudy zone from southern parts of Minnesota through Chicago, through Detroit, through Grand Rapids, heading over towards Buffalo, and then closer to the Mahoning and Shenango Valleys. We've been kind of on the edge here, pretty close to it. The lakeshore up in Cleveland's been very chilly, no higher than 50 at the Burke Lakefront Airport this hour, but we're at 68 in Youngstown, 72 in Newcastle, and it was a very warm day today in central and southern Ohio where they had sunshine just about all day. They reached the middle 80s in some spots, and even here in the 7 o'clock hour, it's 80 in Dayton, it's 81, Bolton Field Airport in Columbus. So they're having weather like we had yesterday when our high was 82 degrees. Looking real quickly at the rest of the country this evening. Let me take off some of the information here, make it a little less busy. A couple of severe thunderstorms in the panhandle of Texas. Big low pressure system sitting out here across southeastern parts of Colorado. And the circulation around this drawing in some moisture and producing some inclement weather out there. But this front that's been stalled or hanging out nearby, this is what's going to be our focus for the next 24 hours or so. Let's break down the short term here. We'll start things out with, let's back it up here to, let's skip ahead to tomorrow morning. It could be a shower tonight. Watch out for a little fog overnight tonight as well. We had fog in some parts of the area this morning. Could have a repeat of that later tonight into tomorrow morning. Here's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning on the NAM model. Not showing you much here. There could be a shower tomorrow morning, a sprinkle, maybe a little fog. That should be about it. Most of the steady rain off to our north and east at the start of the day. By midday tomorrow, here's at 1 p.m., our front is kind of washing out, I think, at this point across the region. If we look at the temperatures here tomorrow, it's real easy to pick out that cool pocket that I just showed you on the current temperatures. Well, now it's across the southern tier of New York, northern tier of PA. Little hint of it up in Michigan as well, but the front's really washing out, I think, tomorrow, so there's not going to be as pronounced of a cool zone. And as we get into tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at a variable amount of clouds, I think, around here tomorrow. Some of the time it may look kind of bright, some of the time kind of cloudy. If the front does manage to squeeze out a couple of cells tomorrow afternoon, it's probably south of our viewing area, as the NAM shows here, south of Route 30, maybe down towards New Philly and Weirden, Wheeling, Steubenville, maybe Pittsburgh. But for most of us, I think we're going to try to get away with a dry Wednesday afternoon for tomorrow. So a little good news for you there. As we focus on the warmth that's coming as we go towards the end of the week, let's take a look real quickly at temperatures on Thursday. NAM shows 82. I think that's pretty close to what it will be on Thursday. And then Friday, maybe even warmer. Our official forecast calls for 84 on Friday. NAM has about 82 and 83 in some spots again on Friday. So, real bona fide warmth here during the course of the end of the week and right into the weekend as well. Here's Saturday. If you have outdoor plans, Get ready for the warmth. GFS has lower 80s again. I think it's a little underdone because it has too many clouds around. We're talking probably mid 80s on Saturday. Now, in terms of precipitation as we head towards the weekend, I can't quite rule out a stray afternoon thunderstorm on Friday. Yeah, Friday's the 8th, right? Yeah. The atmosphere is going to be very unstable. It's going to be warm. It's going to be humid. There's not much of a trigger, but there could be some sort of stray thing that tries to pop up Friday afternoon. I wouldn't count on it. We've got a 20% chance in the forecast, so no big deal in the grand scheme of things. I think Saturday is a dry day. And then on Mother's Day on Sunday, GFS model here will show you a scattering of activity across the region as a front slips in. The GFS is a little too fast with this front, I think, so it has precipitation too far south and east on Sunday. I think everything is going to be more north and west. What that means for us is there's a 30% chance that a shower or thunderstorm will drench your picnic with mom if you're unlucky. But for most of us, I think we're going to be fine, and it's going to be awfully toasty this weekend. We will start to see things cooling off a little bit next week. Just a little bit, though. Here's the temperature anomaly so far this May through the first 4.5 days of the month, not counting today's figures. You can see all the warmth stretching from the southwest right up through southeastern Canada. It's been cool in western Canada and cool in the southern tier of the U.S. I posted on social media this morning. It's a little early to call this. It's only 5 days into the month, but looking at the longer range, this may be a top 10 warm May for us. This looks like a very warm month of May in northeast Ohio and western PA. Here's the 16-day GFS ensemble. Latest version hot off the press for you, showing, of course, our warming trend in the near term. Now, next week, I think we do cool off around the middle of the week. We start warm, some showers, some storms, especially maybe Monday night and Tuesday, and then a day or two where it's cooler, maybe just back to average, middle of next week. But, hey, look what happens after that. This is a lot of above-average stuff here, all the way through the third week of May. So our patience being rewarded after that long winter. Things are looking pretty good for us temperature-wise as we go through the month of May. Does this mean it's going to be a hot summer? Not necessarily at all. And I talked about this a couple of days ago here on this video, that it may be hard to have sustained heat this summer because of the same overall water temperatures, atmospheric configuration, if you will, across the eastern Pacific, very similar to what we've had over the last year or so. And as you know from the winters and the cool summer we had last year, it's been hard to get sustained warmer than average weather in our part of the country. And I think this summer may be kind of similar. All right, thank you for watching the Tuesday Night Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll have a fresh update for you tonight at 11. If you're on Instagram, be sure to follow me there, Eric WFMJ on Instagram on your mobile phone. I've posted a lot of great pictures over the last few days. Sent in my viewers moon pictures, sunrises, great stuff. Some spring scenes. So if you're an Instagram user, check me out there. And, you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook as well. All right, I'll see you on the news tonight, and have a great night.